Hey guys, Eric here, and I'm back to talk more about the Beardbox. Since we have some of them out in the wild now, I felt like now was a good time to go over some basic functionality of the Beardbox and how to do some real basic things in the Beardbox, just so customers aren't surprised, especially if they're not familiar with Big Box or anything like that. A lot of these functions are going to be universal across Big Box builds that you find out there, but some of them are going to be unique to the Beardbox itself. So I'm just going to go over some basics and yeah, let's get started and have fun. So when you first boot up the Beardbox, it's gonna play the intro video and it's gonna jump you right into the console selection screen. Now, if you've never seen Big Box before, it is capable of unique custom themes, and this is the theme that we've chosen for the Beardbox. So you can use your D-pad on your controller or your thumbstick, and you can move through the systems, and the systems are all listed here. There's also some custom gaming lists on here, like the Twisted Metal collection and stuff like that, as well as like Doom, Project Brutality, and then here's your favorites. So this is how you navigate the systems. Now, you're just gonna press A to enter a system category. So let me find a system category here, PlayStation 2. So I press A and then that enters the category. And now we have the game selection. So there's gonna be quite a few games on this. You can go through them alphabetically. We'll go into PSP. It doesn't really matter what section you're in. As you scroll through the games, the video should load and everything like that. Now, they are listed alphabetically, but if there are just too many games to go through, you can press left or right on the D-pad and that'll bring up the alphabet searched on the bottom here. And then that'll zoom you to the games that start with that particular letter. So that makes navigation a lot easier. You know, if something is like QU, it might be beneficial to go to R and then actually just scroll up to get to the things if they're at the end of that alphabet list or whatever. So left and right will bring up this list, and it's just an easier way to search. Now, if you look all the way on the left here, there's actually a magnifying glass as well. This will bring up the keyboard and you can use your D-pad to actually type in a specific title. You can access it that way when you're within a system. But if you're on the main menu, the system's list menu, you can actually press B on your controller and that'll bring up the Big Box menu. From here, you can go down to search, and then this will bring up the keyboard as well. So you can search for a specific game by title without knowing what console it's on, just to see if it's on here. So I'm gonna search just as an example. We'll do fantastic. Now the game I'm looking for is Fantastic Journey. I'm just gonna put in Fantastic and just hit done, and it's gonna bring up all the games that have Fantastic in the title, and there could be quite a few, but you don't see, there it is, Fantastic Journey, that's the game I was looking for. Now you can type in the entire title and it will find just that specific game. You can press B again to back out of this, it'll bring you back to the search. You can press B again to exit that menu, and then you can get out to the main screen and we're back where our systems are. That's the basic search functionality. That's pretty universal across Big Box and stuff like that, but this is just how you do it on the Beardbox. Now, you cannot use the left and right letter search while you're on the system screen for obvious reasons, because there are too many games, and it would just navigate the letters on the main system screen. All right, so we're gonna go into PlayStation now, regular PlayStation 1, and let's say we find a game. Grandal, that's a game that I really like, so this is a game that I wanna play. There are two ways to enter it. So, the default way is just to press X on your controller. You press X on your controller and it instantly starts loading the game. This is a PlayStation 1 game, so you're gonna get the PlayStation loading screen just like that, and it's gonna boot right into the game. To exit a game, you're gonna hit select and start at the same time. I like to hit select and then press start. That's gonna get you right out of the game, and it's gonna bring you right back to the menu screen here. There's another way to enter the game. So instead of hitting X, if I hit A, that's gonna bring up specific options within Big Box for that game. Now this is only really relevant if you wanna try to adjust some settings or something like that with the emulator. That's really the only reason you should enter this screen. So if you go down here, you can select Open DuckStation. DuckStation is the emulator that we're using for PlayStation, and you can see the specific settings that we're using for this particular game or the specific settings that we're using for that particular emulator. So that gives you a little bit more options. Now, as always, you hit B to back out of this and it'll take you back to the main game menu. Now, another big thing that's kind of a big deal that's gonna be a big deal with people, I'm sure, is people wanting to get into the back end and add their own games, specifically their Steam games and stuff like that, to Big Box. Now, by default, our system ships as soon as you power it on because it's meant to be a console. You plug it into the TV, you power it on, it enters this screen and you select your system and your game and you start playing. If you want to change that, and this is kind of an at your own risk sort of thing, we have curated these game lists, we have configured things to work with this. So if you make any changes, you know, it's better to know what you're doing, but I'm gonna show you how to do it. So you press B from the main menu, and then we're gonna go down to options here. From options, we're gonna go to general, and then we're gonna go to disable using Big Box as the Windows shell. So I'm gonna press A on that. I'm gonna go to yes on the warning screen. This is gonna tell me the next time it boots up, it's not going to enter Big Box. So I'm gonna press B again, and we're gonna go all the way down to the bottom and we're gonna go to reboot. Press A on reboot and you're gonna see what happens when the Beardbox boots back up. Now this Beardbox is using our custom OS that all of our new Beardbox ship with, so it boots up extremely fast and the performance is extremely good. There we go. And now you can see we're actually in the OS and Big Box did not start up. Now this is the place where you can add Steam games and whatnot. So you either install your Steam games and then you can import them using Launchbox, stuff like that. That's just kind of how you get into the back end. Now from here, you can actually launch back into Big Box, navigate into Big Box and just double click it. All right, and now we're back into Big Box. Now, if you want it to start up back into Big Box right off the rip when you press the power button, we're gonna press B from the main menu again. We're gonna go back into options. We are gonna go back into general and we're gonna select enable using Big Box as Windows shell. It's gonna give us a warning. We are gonna select yes on that. And then we're gonna back out again and go all the way down and we'll go into reboot. Now it's gonna reboot back straight into Big Box right as you hit the power button, just like it did out of the box when you first opened your Beardbox. So the next thing I'm gonna go over is how to import a Steam game into Launchbox. So I have a Steam game here, Haunted Halloween 86. This is a very good game. I like this game. I have it on Steam. So I wanna import it into Launchbox so it shows up on my library. And now I'm gonna go into Launchbox. Here we go, this is the Launchbox screen. And I am gonna go to Tools, Import, ROM Files, Single Platform. Now this wizard is pretty easy to use. I'm gonna click Next here. I'm gonna click Add Files. Now what I'm looking for is the exe for the game. So I know that the game is on the C drive because that's where I put it. We're gonna go into Program Files x86 Steam, and then there's Haunted Halloween 86 right there. I'm gonna double click that. And here's the exe for the actual game. So I'm gonna click on the exe, I'm gonna click Open. That's gonna add it to this list here. I'm gonna click Next, and then I'm gonna select the platform. We put all of our PC games in Windows, in the Windows wheel. So I'm gonna go down to Windows and select Windows right there. Next, we don't need an emulator because this is a PC game, as Steam games are. So we don't need an emulator here. We're just gonna click Next. I don't wanna move the files or anything, so I'm gonna select use the files in their current location. And then it's gonna attempt to grab and scrape the metadata. Just leave all this checked. You can go to Next. And it's gonna grab movie stuff and you can just click next on this as well. And then you can just click next here. And then you will see your game listed. It's gonna import one game as well as the media, and we're gonna click finish. Now you wanna let Big Box do its thing, or Launchbox do its thing. You'll see the loading bar at the top. It'll give you a notification when it's done downloading everything, and then I'll show you exactly where the game is. So now on the left-hand side, we should be able to go down to Windows right there, and we should see the game that we just imported. Now right here. Now sometimes the art scraper doesn't work very good. This is a Big Box problem. The art scraper has been a problem recently, but you can grab the media files and you can add them yourself. which I am going to do right now. Okay, so I've manually added some art for that game. I'm gonna go to menu and we're gonna launch Big Box, and I will show you what it looks like on the menu now that we've added that game. And the process is gonna be essentially the same for adding any Steam game to the Beard Box. So we get our intro video right there, and we're gonna boot right into the menu. We're gonna go up to Windows, which is right where we wanna be. And there we go, here's Haunted Halloween. I didn't put in a video, but I do have the logo there. And as you can see, once I press X, you'll see that it loads right up. There we go, and we can select which version we want. There are two different versions of this game. There is the normal one, which is the Haunted Halloween 86, and then there's the Spirit Edition. This is the version of the game that has Spirit branding within it, and the one that was sold at Spirit Halloween locations. So that's a menu within the game. We can hit select and start. We can exit the game and go right back out to the game menu, and we're right there. So that's how you import Steam games and add them to the Beard Box. I hope you guys found that little video helpful. I'm gonna be doing a bunch of these videos just to show you some basic configuration and stuff like that on the Beard Box and basic functionality. Please let me know in the comments below if there's any other functionality that you would like to see on the Beard Box. I'm very happy to talk about it and answer any questions that you guys have. I'll see you on the next one. Till then, happy gaming.